Hi, my name is Anil Wanvari, and I welcome you to Conversations with Anil Wanvari. Today, my guest is Robin Phillip, the managing director of Geophils, a Dubai-based entrepreneur who's got great ambitions on building Indian co-productions along with global companies. So I'll be very happy. He's got a great deal of background and experience with him, having worked in ZTV for many a year, as well as for View. And he's got great plans, man. Let's get on to chatting with Robin. So, Rob, how are you today?
I'm good, Anil, and thank you for having me on this chat with you. It is indeed a pleasure. As you mentioned, Geophil is a company with which I've been associated for a year now. And to give you a little bit of background, Geophil started as a book publishing and distribution house based out of Mumbai. And they had ambitions to grow in the media space beyond the print format, and that's where I joined in about a year back. Uh, After my stint with the Indian broadcaster Z, and the honor to work with them in multiple geographies, including in Asia Pacific, Middle East, and then with the OTT platform named View, which is owned by Hong Kong-based PCCW. So at Geophil, our vision is to actually uh, take the entire bandwidth of co-producing content to a different level. We know that over the last year or so, we have a lot of players who are trying to come together, join forces, and co-produce. However, there isn't a very organized way of doing it. So the vision is that, with the advent of OTT and the fact that people today, anywhere in the world, are interested in watching content beyond their languages, we want players to look beyond uh, licensing as a means of feeding their consumers with foreign content and only using the originals or the productions platform for creating content locally. Today, the only reason why, say, an Australian platform will not produce content in Turkey is because they are unaware of how to work with a producer in Turkey, or they don't want to take care of 100% of the cost. So that's where we come in. We make sure that we come with the local experience in markets anywhere in the world, where we give you the comfort that we get you the story. We will make sure that the timelines and the budgets in which the production is going to happen. And the good thing is, we will bring other co-producers who have similar interests in very different part of the world to join hands with you, such that the co-producers together co-own the IP, get to air it in their own region, and at the same time monetize from markets that are not of interest to them, such that in a happy scenario, you are the content owner, you have a good ROI on your investment, plus you've created content which is an original, which is going to not stay with you for 2 years or 5 years, which happens with a licensing deal, but for life. So this, in a nutshell, is what we do. So we call ourselves the bridge between producers, platforms, investors, anybody who wants to kind of be part of this ecosystem of co-production. So that's what we do, Anil. I hope I was able to sum that up.
Yeah. So I mentioned that the scope was India and global co-production. So I believe your vision is way beyond that. It's not just restricted to India. So you're okay doing a co-production between Turkey and Australia.
Absolutely. In fact, one of the reasons why we decided to be based in Dubai is, I believe, Dubai is one of few cities worldwide today which can be called a place which is central to the entire world, where East meets West, where North meets South, and all cultures come together, and it's a global playground to create content anywhere in the world. So we want to be headquartered of Dubai, but create content for any part of the world, and our canvas is not limited to any one part of the world at this point in time.
Okay, so you've actually had some success already, if I'm correct. Could you tell
That's
us something
correct.
about that?
That's correct. We started our journey of co-production with Turkey, and one of the reasons why we selected Turkey as our start destination for Geophil is, today if you look at the languages of content which travel globally, Turkey comes among possibly the top three, along with Korean, I would say, which is why we thought that Turkey is a great starting point for us. So we spend a lot of time doing pre-production in Turkey, understanding how do we make sure that like we have the best forces together to join our co-production mission. And to that end, we are very proud that. Turkey's leading and upcoming media company called Media Hub, which was started by Mr. Karim Emrah Turna, who is a media veteran from Turkey, having been a director with Kanal Day International before. We joined forces with him and formed a joint venture. Our joint venture company is called Global Spear. So any Turkish co-productions we do, it would be under the banner of Global Spear. And as Global Spear, the strength we bring to the table is, of course, that we know that we have one of Turkey's leading players distributing all of the content that comes in it. We bring in our production expertise, and yeah, we decided to go on to create the first baby of Global Spear. It's called Alaja. In fact, about a month back at MIPCOM 2023, we launched the trailer of Alaja, and it was very well received by the global media fraternity in all markets. And what we are hoping to do is Alaja will be ready by end of January, February of 2024. So between MIPCOM to MIP TV, we are taking it to all markets globally, showcasing the story, the screener, the trailer of Alaja, and we are hoping that this first co-production venture of our joint venture called Global Spear, as well as for Geophil as a company, is a success, and we managed to take it beyond the shores of where Turkish content usually goes.
So right now you just have a teaser, or have you got a pilot ready as well?
We do actually. So Alaja is a 120 episode series. So about half of those are already ready. In fact, for anybody who is interested, we have apart from the trailer, we have 3 episodes of pilot ready as well. So they get a complete idea of how the story arc is developing, what's the quality of production, what's the treatment that we've given to the series. So they're taking an informed decision and not something that's just being spoken about or in a PowerPoint presentation.
So you've got half the episodes ready. What's keeping you what's holding you back from making the other half? Is it because you're looking?
No, it's already being done. So we went on to tell you the journey of Alaja. We went on floor with Alaja in July of this year. So again, I mean, this is where the expertise of a producer meeting a broadcaster meeting an industry veteran comes in. So we made sure that we went on floor in July, which is one of the best times to shoot in Turkey. But we timed it in such a way that by MIPCOM we have a trailer ready, and we can get started with showcasing what we need to distribute this globally while the production is still on. So the production is still on. So we have another 3 weeks or so of the production on, and every week we are churning out around 3 or 4 episodes. So as we speak, there's production on. At the same time, there's some episodes coming out of post, some episodes coming out of color correction and DI and sound recording being done. So by end of January, I'm saying that we will have all episodes completely ready.
Wow, that's great, and it must have cost you a pretty big dime.
Well, it's cost us what it would usually cost to produce a Turkish content. In fact, what we again are doing with our expertise is making sure that we add in value where it's needed and also hold back where it's not. So a typical Turkish production costs in terms of dollar value a certain amount. I would say that it's produced very much within that that range as well.
So how do you expect to monetize this now that you should have it ready by January? Are you looking at licensing it in different countries? Are you looking at getting it dubbed? Or are you looking at subtitling? Or are you looking at getting a distributor on board?
No, so again, as I said, the it was a marriage of two bodies that brought different strengths to the table as global sphere. So all of the content that we are going to create, Turkish content that we are going to create under the banner of Global Sphere, would be distributed by Media Hub, who today have a network of players globally who are interested in Turkish content, and we do plan to dub it into multiple languages, especially the languages where Turkish content today travels the most, which is, I would say, Spanish, French, English, Urdu slash Hindi for the subcontinent. But apart from that, we want to again challenge the norm and try to take it to newer markets. We are saying, why not take it, dub it into Korean, so that we take it to one part of the world which already like anything that is in Korean, or to another part of the world where someone is comfortable with another language. So we are again using our expertise to dub in some of these cases, so that the dubbing is also in our control, and not to a third party who may not be aware of the nuances of the production.
So your goal for the series this year at ATF is to get it in East Asian markets. You're from West Asia. You want to get into Eastern Asian markets?
Absolutely. So now, if I had to specifically talk about Turkish content as a case study in this matter, out here, Turkish content travels the most into LATAM, CIS countries, MENA. However, the penetration into Asia has not traditionally been a lot. So, which is what we want to actually try and change. We want to actually make sure that we take it into markets in Asia, because the storyline, when we developed it, we ensured that it's a storyline which has the things that have worked in Asia. I personally believe that it's about ensuring that we take it to that many broadcasters. So yes, we want to ensure that it goes into Southeast Asia and other Asian markets as well.
Okay, can I ask you a little whiff of what the storyline is?
So Alaja actually focuses on a girl by that name called Alaja, who was born out of a wedlock, and when she grows up, that's when she actually realizes. I mean, and her mother actually ensured that she grew up in a very protective environment. But when she's around 20 is when she realizes who her real father is, and the fact that there was a lot of hidden truths in her world. But her father is now married to uh, someone else, and out of that marriage, he has a daughter who is currently having a medical need where she needs to get a kidney transplant, and the only way that she can be saved is if somebody with the same lineage of blood actually is a donor. And that's where her father comes back, because they don't have another sibling, but the father actually had Alaja from another wedlock. And there's, of course, a little bit of drama around, the lover of Alaja, who also happens to kind of get intertwined into this particular complicated mix. So it's a family drama which has got, I would say, romance, revenge, betrayal, everything that you would typically see in a family drama. And the 120 episodes, we've charted out the story in such a way that the ups and the downs are seamless, and it's there's always something to look forward to. There isn't a dull moment.
Yeah, and these are 45-minute episodes each.
That's 45 minutes episodes, which is what internationally works.
Okay, fantastic. So now that's one piece of the work which is in progress. It's WIP. Now, but you can't run your group in with just that. So what
Absolutely
is it
not.
like going forward?
Absolutely not. And as they say, in a healthy marriage as well, you give your everything to your first baby. So maybe we spent a lot more time than what was needed for Alaja, because that would how the world sees us for the first time. But apart from Alaja, we are in pre-production for something that we're doing in Latin America. So it would be a project which it will be a standard Latin American project, but which is going to have a bit of Asian touch in it. At the same time, we are based in the Middle East, and Middle East is another big opportunity market, especially with some of the countries in Middle East which are really doing a lot to incentivize producers and platforms to come and produce with them. So we are exploring an opportunity to get uh, platforms from two different parts of the world to create the remake of a very popular title in the Middle East. And we are also in pre-production for something that we will hopefully very soon announce with a partner in Korea. So these are some of the things that is in the mix over the next 12 months. And if I had to extend that to the next 24 months, we of course have ambitions to get into India. And in India, our ambitions at this point are at a very, very nascent stage, but we want to explore movies. And at the same time, we want to explore the Indian digital series, because movies, of course, has a very different business, and their monetization path is very different. But we strongly believe that Indian digital series has the potential to be among one of the globally most distributed content, which and it's still very, very in its very much in its nascent stage. So that's the space we really want to get into. But that's part of our 24-month plan, and we are still in a very nascent stage for that. So this is broadly what the next 24 months is going to look like. Of course, like any new venture, we are going to change directions maybe at times, but the vision is to create cutting edge content globally, which can travel anywhere in the world, and which can be monetized much better than what any other content is done.
I understand. So, as far as India is concerned, it's 24 months down the line, or it'll happen within the next second year. So what is happening on as far as India is concerned currently? Nothing? Or are you, asking for scripts, or are you scouting around for, offices? Are you, what exactly is happening as far as India is concerned?
So, given our Indian backgrounds, of course, we do have a lot of interest, and somewhere it's also we have that passion to make sure that like we do something in the Indian market. So within that sphere, we are, of course, as you said, like we are carefully making sure that we pick up the right stories. So we are talking to producers, we are talking to story writers in India to see where we can find the right mix. And while we do that, one of the things which we are also trying to do is we are trying to plug some of the distribution gaps which we feel is there in India. If I may actually talk about it, Turkish content specifically hasn't traditionally done as good as what I think it could have done in India, and that's also because I see that somehow you know uh, typically the foreign content, especially from Turkey, especially from Korea, that used to air on Indian media used to be content that were a few years older. Maybe it was not given priority, or maybe it was not positioned correctly. So over the last 12 months, we've been we've been lucky to work closely with some of the upcoming OTT players, and we've actually tried to kind of help them. I would say more than business, it was help to grow their foreign content canvas, and some of Turkey's very good production, like the last summer, Aziz, then a digital drama series called Il Cuisant. As Geophil, we are honored that we were able to take it to some of the platforms in India and take it to viewers in India. And we've been focusing on growing that distribution content. We're trying to do the same with Korean and other foreign languages. Distribution. I mean, nothing to do with co-production at this point, but to me, I feel distribution is a great platform which we are laying for what we will do while we produce in India. So this is something that we've already started doing in India while we are scouting for stories for our own production and working together with other platforms. So that's the journey that we are on in India.
So where do you see yourself in the next 24 months? Do you see yourself having a show on air? Do you see a feature film being released as a co-production between Turkey and India, Korea and India, or why co-production specifically? I know because each brings their own strengths. Somebody brings in financing, somebody brings in knowledge of the market, somebody brings in connections with talent. So I understand that. But beyond that, there's also the incentive packages. Where does, let's say, Turkey come into play with an Indian co-production? If an Indian producer wants to co-produce with y'all, so what incentives can he get out of Turkey?
Well, you touched upon a day in the life of all of us at Geophil, and this is exactly the direction in which we think, right? Let's assume there's an Indian platform out there who today wants to look at stories which will appeal to the Indians, but it's say international in nature. So we use our connections, and if I had to specifically talk Turkey as an example, we can make sure that we get those stories from Turkey, and maybe we can actually have the story of an ethnic Indian person who which is based completely in Turkey. Now, to that mix, we can get a Turkish broadcaster because the storyline has something to do with Turkey. We can make sure that we get the Turkish tourism, let's say, involved, because here's an Indian series which is going to be completely shot in Turkey, means that there's going to be a lot of promotion of places beyond Istanbul. And India is a great tourism market for any country globally. And at the same time, let's say we add in one or two actors from the Middle East, which has a strong heritage with India as well as with the Middle East. And while we have someone from India, someone from Turkey, and someone from the Middle East producing with help from tourism in Turkey, which means costs get optimized. Costs can be up, means production quality can be great. There can be technicians from all of these markets coming in, and we create an international product, which can then travel beyond where typically, say, an Indian series or movie can travel.
Great.
Just an example, but these are the directions in which we try to take ourselves in our typical day at Geophil. We push the limits of what just a producer could think or what just a platform could think, and broaden the canvas of what can be produced.
Yeah, but understanding the nuances of the requirements of those markets, how many such markets do you understand the nuances of?
So, well, again, I would take a step back and also, to my career in the industry, starting with Z, I was again lucky to work mainly every second year. I was lucky to work with one new international territory. So in Asia, be it being part of the team that built an Indian product dubbed and subtitled in Malay called Z Variasi, which in Malay means variety, which was a Bahasa Malayu channel for Bollywood, or working on a TV series which was on the life of two expats, one from India, one from Pakistan, who land in the UAE in the mid 90s, and their journey over the next 20 years. which starts with the fact that the tour operator who sent them to UAE from their home country actually duped them, to how they embrace any work that came their way, to how they kind of become millionaires in the UAE. A series made on this storyline, which most expats will relate to. Uh, I got the opportunity to work in different markets, create content, work with locals, and that kind of experience is something that we are taking to whatever we're doing in
Which are
Geophil.
the
Uh,
countries where you have humans?
all of Asia, all of Middle East, a little bit of Africa, a bit of LATAM and CIS. So this is our this is areas where we already have done a little bit of work, which we want to kind of add to it, and we want to kind of someday add the Americas and Europe to that, so that most of the globe is covered.
Yep. So, but what are you? Are you an Indian company going global? Are you a West Asian country coming to India? What will you be? Your company, Geophils, and as well as the Deep Sphere.
So global sphere is again,
Global Sphere, correct me.
yeah,
I stand corrected.
global sphere, as I mentioned, is a company whose
Turkish.
interests are going to be Turkish. Tomorrow, maybe on a similar journey, when we are creating content in the Americas, we may forge other such strategic joint ventures. However, as Geophil, our roots always will remain Indian, because as Geophil, our journey as a book distributor started in India. Today, our headquarters is Dubai, which again makes it makes sense. However, for all practical purpose, we'll always remain an Indian company which has got vision to grow internationally and create content internationally. So, an Indian company with global vision. That's what we'll call ourselves.
That's fantastic. Prime Minister Modi will be more than delighted with you, with your interest as far as Bharat is concerned, India is concerned, and using the soft power that we can generate to help India as it progresses economically.
Absolutely. Well, we will make in India as well. However, our aspiration is to make anywhere in the world, but with all the good skill sets that we have in India. So I've had the pleasure to work closely in my previous roles on a couple of Indian regional language movies, specifically in Malayalam. And well, I feel they have some of the best technicians that this industry globally has. Maybe the language barrier means that a DOP from Kerala has never worked on, say, a Turkish content. Now, that's again, what we want to bridge and make sure that like we take some of those aspects, or in the same way, say, a content that is getting produced in Latin America, whose post-production, coloring, sound studio work, all of that getting done in India. Well, these are things that we want to make sure is done, so that we are not just making in India, but some of the good talents like great writers or actors or even technicians, we take them on to work onto global projects. I mean, these are again aspirations that we really have.
Fantastic. I wish you all the best and lots of success. It's been a pleasure talking to you. I hope, like many other professional who've turned entrepreneur, you go on to achieve greater heights that you set for yourself. I wish you all the best. And this is Anil Wanvari signing off from Robin. Rob, wish you all the best again.
Thank you, Anil. Again, it was a real pleasure and an honor to, come on this show and tell the larger community about our vision and what we plan to do over the next few months. And we hope to come again a few months from today on your show and hopefully tell you about Alaja and a lot of other projects that we are doing. So thank you.
Thank you very much. You have a very, very, very successful journey. Thank you.